Now that I've lost so much weight, I'm able to do things I never would have been able to do. I think people do take the small things for granted. I'm able to sit comfortably on the toilet.
Okay, listen, I have to say this right here, right now. The fact that Tammy sat there and literally said to us that we take our bodies for granted. I'm sorry, but I don't mean to say the obvious, but if anybody took the little things that our body can do for granted, it was you for most of your life. For 36 plus years of your life, you was literally abusing your body with food and also the odd alcohol or toxic things you put inside of yourself. Lady, you even put your body through multiple comas. You know what I mean? Okay, you was under a coma for, was it 2, 3, 4 times? I can't remember now. But now you've lost weight and you realize that you can now sit on the toilet. You can now cross your legs. You can now put your shoes on. You think you now have the power to tell us that we take these things for granted? I'm so sorry, but I had to call that one out because when I heard it, I was like, nah. Ain't no way I'm tolerating that type of language from Tammy Slaton, the woman that legit tortured her body for years upon years. But nonetheless, though, let's get into the rest of it.
I've never been able to do that.
I don't know. I don't want to. You all right?
When me and Brittany decided to race, I started and I got out of control and I don't know what happened. I just freaked out. And
the race was a step forward to get her to learn how to drive. But now that she had this little scare, she probably went backwards.
Sadly, these are the things that happens, eh? I mean, listen, first and foremost, it would be great to see her behind the wheel. So I guess Chris wouldn't have to drive around everywhere like he always does. I mean, to be fair, you can argue that Chris is pretty much the family taxi, along with probably Mr. and Amanda too, because now I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen Amy drive a car neither. But either way, though, putting her on this little, I don't know what you call this little garden thing, this little farm thing, to be honest with you, so I'm not even going to make up a name for it, but to put her on this little vehicle itself in particular was generally a good idea, I would say, for the most part, because originally when she first started, she was fine. She had a cheeky little race with Chris, and she was safe and sound. It's just that she went on for a second one, and things got a bit too excited. But listen, at the end of the day, Tammy best at one point decided to actually start to drive. Same as Amy too, because they can't keep relying on other family members because everybody else in the family also have their lives to live as well. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the episode, but I will say this though, Misty has done a great job with her weight loss, you know what I mean, just to add on top of that. Now, generally speaking, I would have had this video uploaded last week, but I actually forgot the show started last week, which is why I'm uploading it now, you know. But anyway, with that being said, let's continue what else went down in this first episode.
Do you guys feel the same spirits? Like you both have like this?
I'm actually wondering if she feels what I'm feeling right now.
Name Suzanne.
Susan, yeah. You got like a white dress on.
Yes, and her hair's put up, yes. I might have got possessed just a little bit.
I mean, okay, so you're telling me for all the years we have been watching these sisters, and even for the people that watched these sisters on YouTube before the show even existed, was there ever any mention of them being in a position where they have powers or they have ties to be able to connect to spiritual things or people that are basically not alive anymore? Because this whole summoning the dead out of nowhere thing took me out of, it just shook me up. And not shook me, I was scared, like it just surprised the hell out of me. But okay, these two are now saying that they have a connection and now they're seeing this lady behind them. But anyway, let's get into them summoning Caleb because that was definitely interesting to watch.
Is that ghost freaking country as hell too?
It's a Kentucky ghost.
I think about trying to connect with Caleb and Chrissy, Annie, and Jacob.
I don't know how much, I don't know if they're going to come through or...
All kinds of questions. I had all kinds of things I wanted to say from where I didn't hate him, but I was like...
Honestly, this whole thing is bizarre to me.
I can't be mad at him. It's not his fault. Right now. Caleb.
Caleb, are you there? Who are we talking to? There's an own app. That's kind of like a radio. And like when a ghost communicates, it takes all the static and makes it into words. They take some of its actual names, so you never know what you're going to get.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm still processing the fact that they are using an app to summon a ghost. So they've used their spiritual powers with their freaking dolls, okay? and the app is then going to, you know, translate what is being said. I mean, okay. Okay. Let me know your thoughts on that one. I mean, maybe some of you people are into this type of stuff, and if you are, then please give us a better description of, does the app really work? Does it work that way? Doesn't it need to be from yourself, the human itself in particular? But then again, I guess in films there has been a thing where we've seen them, you know, talk through radios, but that's films, you know? Yeah. Nonetheless, let me know if you know.
Are you there? Are you there?
Want any evil spirits in my house?
Caleb, are you there? Here I am.
I swear I heard Caleb say I'm here.
35.6.
The maddest thing is she goes from, yeah, you know, we're experiencing this area, to then saying, oh, now I don't want no evil experience in my house. So do you know what you're doing or not? Is what you're doing even legit? That's the other real question, isn't it? Let's be real right here. But nonetheless, though, let's get into Chris, because Chris is definitely a fascinating dude.
It's better than what I thought. What did it say I weighed?
297 pounds.
297.
And
That
297.
don't make no sense. Last week I weighed at home, and there's no ungodly way I gained 15 pounds in 7 days.
Isn't it fascinating when you watch a show that involves people and their weight loss journeys and whatnot, and whenever they gain a certain amount, they always say, that's not possible. How did that happen? Bro, 7 days you gained 15 pounds. You're telling me you've been unaware of the food you've been putting inside of your body. Now listen, let's say if a case of where, you know, it was off by maybe a pound or two, you know, maybe 3. Cool. But this is 15, bro. 15. You can't sit there and be clueless of how 15 has happened out of nowhere. It's either that or the scale that he's been using at home isn't really working properly. Maybe it's a scale that's out of whack and you need to buy a new one, because you've gone to a place where they literally cannot mistake how much you weigh. They cannot mistake the amount of excess skin that you have. They cannot mistake anything, because they literally put you in this little spaceship looking thing, you know? So the reality and the question really is Chris, one or two things that's happened is either one, the machine at your house has been lying to you, but there's something wrong with it, or you've been eating, big boy. What is the reality? Come on now, be honest with yourself.
Last time I seen Dr. Smith, I was around 420 pounds. So I've lost about 100 pounds since 9 months ago.
Well, Tammy continues to prevail. She continues to be on the right path. That is very, very impressive and very, very good to see. Well, hopefully she continues on that journey and she can get that skin removal surgery at some point in her life. And I would like to imagine by the time we reach the next season, but they're probably going to do another season, that'll be the season that by then I would imagine, you know, should have had it by then, or maybe even some of the other family members. If anything, to be honest with you, at this rate, I'm only really counting on Tammy being the only one to actually make it to the skin removal stage. To be honest, Miss already said that she doesn't want it anyway. Amanda's always complaining about something, so let's just, you know, forget about it for the moment being. And Chris is always denying that he's been eating some little secret something, because last season we had the same thing of him saying, oh my God, how did I gain this amount of weight? So yeah, he's very hit or miss. And we've seen Amy on social media, and what else do I really need to add? I've made enough videos around her and her behavior as of late. So yeah, so I do expect that maybe next season will be the season that we'll actually see her, Tammy, that being, you know, starting to get to that stage of getting that skin removal. But hey, we shall wait and see for that one. Either way, we are in for this season at this moment in time. So let's see how this season does turn out. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.